Yo, what's up guys? This video is going to be a breakdown on a fight that you guys wanted in my community tab on my YouTube channel. It's going to be the Mimic versus the Mangler, and we're mostly just going to be covering their feats, who I would think would win, what hacks there is, who's stronger, who's faster, and this fight's an interesting one. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm still not entirely sure how I'm going to win. I'm going to compare the criteria that I used for my other 1v1 video and use it in this one. But honestly, the Mangler's feat is mostly just the use of its arm cannon and its claws. So the ability to just shoot the cannon and hit long distances, because it doesn't fade away until you get like 50 meters away or something. It lasts a long time. And the claw, it could probably do a bunch of devastating damage on the Mimic if you got close enough. So it probably takes the strength department. But speed, it's also really fast, but you have to get to really low health anyways, so most of the fight it's not going to be that fast. But the Mimic, on the other hand, has more of the speed, as it's constantly running at you no matter what, unless you try to shoot it and stop, and then it'll stop and try to pick you up. But the Mimic's abilities, or the way it's going to potentially win this fight, is the use of attacks and the use of its transforming into an object and the little tentacles that it has to grab the Mangler. So this one's a difficult one, and like I said, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I know Mangler is better in terms of strength, Mimic is better in terms of speed, and I guess IQ, you could say. And I'm debating on, I think Battle IQ goes to the Mangler, because of its use of aiming and just knowing which weapon to use for which combat situation. I know that probably sounds stupid, but I mean, it's smart enough to know to use the cannon if you're far away and use the claw if you're right next to him. So I mean, that's something. And I don't think you could say Battle IQ goes to Mimic because of the use of its tentacles, but that's more like IQ, especially with it hiding. I'd consider that IQ as well. But if I had to pick a winner, I would say it depends on, there's like two scenarios this way can go. The first one is they just see each other and they just start fighting, in which I think the Mangler would win, because they could just use the arm cannon and get a good hit on him, and then if the Mimic somehow survives that and gets close, he could just claw him up and he's fine. But if the Mimic uses attacks, which we're going to probably assume it's going to in here, it could probably just pop up out of nowhere and pick him up, and I don't know how much the Mimic can bite. That's a weird question, but it could maybe just bite his head off and win the fight. So it really depends on the scenario, but they each definitely get their respective categories that they're going to win. So really, the main question is just, is the Mangler's blast strong enough to kill the Mimic in one shot, or will it take more damage? And can the Mimic pick up the Mangler, if that's possible, because the Mangler is probably pretty heavy? And if it can pick up the Mangler, is it able to like bite its head off, bite through its armor? There's a bunch of different questions you could do, but here's the edit of the 1v1, and it's probably situational, but I'll try the best I can to make this as fair as general as possible.